If you feel nervous about starting an ATM business, this video will explain why. Not because you're scared of money, not because of theft, not because you don't have enough. The real reason people hesitate is because they're unsure if what they are doing is allowed, correct, or safe. That uncertainty creates fear, and that fear does not come from machines. It comes from banking and compliance. I have seen people place machines, make money, and then freeze. Not because they were bad operators, because their bank accounts got shut down, or their processors started asking questions that they couldn't answer. And once this happens, confidence disappears. When the structure is missing, everything else feels risky. When the structure is right, fear goes away. That is what this video is all about. Before we go any further, hit the subscribe and turn on that notification bell. This channel is about real ATM business, not hype, not shortcuts, real execution. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises, and I've been in the ATM business for decades. I have watched this exact pattern play out over and over and over again. In this video, I'm going to show you what banking and compliance actually means in the ATM business, why this step comes before the machine, and how getting this right gives you confidence instead of stress. If you have been waiting to move forward because you don't want to mess up, this will clear all that up. Let's get right into it. Here's what we're going to cover today. First, why compliance is the foundation of confidence. Second, what compliance steps really include. And third, how smart operators set up this once so scaling is not scary later. Here's something that most people don't realize. Fear in business usually means something underneath is unclear. When banking and compliance are done right, operators sleep better. When they are not, everything else feels risky. People worry about accounts getting frozen, funds being held, processors asking too many questions that they can't answer. The fear always slows action. The danger is just a lot of extra stress. The danger is interaction. People stay stuck in learning mode because they don't trust their setup. Confidence does not come from optimism, it comes from structure. That is why compliance is not paperwork, it is protection. Most beginners think compliance means one thing, forming an S corporation. That's only the start. Real compliance has layers. First, business structure. Your business must clearly exist for ATM operations. Banks care about this more than you think. Second is ATM registration and sponsorship. Every ATM operates under a sponsor bank relationship. For ours, it's Pueblo Bank and Trust. This is a requirement. Skipping this creates problems later. Third is processing and clarity. You must know who's processing your transactions, where the data lives, and how the settlement works. And fourth, reconciliation and reporting. Cash in, cash out, and settlement numbers must line up every cycle, not sometimes, every time. People get this wrong because they piece together things from random YouTube videos or random people giving advice. They assume they will fix this later. Usually it's too late. Here's how smart operators think. They do not design for today. They design for scale. They assume bank will review activities, processors will ask those tough questions, and volume will increase. So they build the structure first. This does two things. It removes fear and it removes surprise. And when the second or third deal come, it just adds up. Nothing breaks, no panic, no scrambling, no guessing. Here's the key idea. You slow down one time at the beginning so you can build faster later on down the road. That's how real business is built. Guessing is dangerous. When you guess, you build on sand. When you follow a system, you build on solid ground, almost like concrete. If you want help setting up banking compliance the right way, this is exactly what we cover in the ATM A to Z Mastermind course. This is not theory, it's a step-by-step implementation so you can move forward with confidence. You'll find a link below, and if you want to understand the bigger myths that keep people stuck in broke ATM business, watch the next video on your screen. I'll see you there.